Starts now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Maddie Kurth. President Joe Biden backs proposed legislation that could lead to a TikTok ban in the United States. As the bill heads to the full House for a vote next week, we asked those out in the French Quarter how they feel about the news.
I refuse to sign on to TikTok because I don't want any of my information being broadcasted.
It doesn't seem very American to ban something like that to me.
New legislation passed swiftly through a House committee that calls on China-owned company ByteDance to either sell its ownership of TikTok or be banned in the United States. Lawmakers are concerned that the popular social media platform could allow American users' personal data to be accessed by the Chinese government and poses a national security risk.
It's just like computer, internet. I think it's just like a new lifestyle rather than some conspiracy about like those kind of international affairs.
The bill moves to the full House for a vote. If it passes, President Biden said Friday he'd sign it into law.
People use it to find great foods when you are visiting other places and try to kill time, mostly.
Boredom when I'm bored, and I end up watching videos about music and music theory.
In March 2023, the FBI and Federal Communications Commission warned that TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, could share browsing history, locations, and biometric data with China's government. 1 month later, a top attorney for TikTok pointed to a $1.5 billion proposal to store all U.S. data separately, promising China's government wouldn't access the information.
Within any typical user database, like they're collecting the information of all their users and selling it. That's how a lot of tech companies make their profit. So I'm not surprised at all.
Some worried for their kids on the app, saying teenagers aren't always forthcoming about what they're doing online.
I don't want China to understand what he's looking at and what he thinks.
For teenagers, for people in high school, it's like that's what they interact with. It's for fun. As you get older, like the influencers that use it as a career, that could hurt them.
As for worries that TikTok users' information is vulnerable,
Nothing's happened to me. I think we're fine.
some point to the terms and conditions, often signed without reading all the way through.
If you release your public information, then that's on you. So that's not really a risk unless you make it a risk for yourself.
Now, late last month, the president signed an executive order authorizing the Department of Justice to keep Americans' personal data away from, quote, countries of concern, including China, Russia, and North Korea.